Hello students. One of the big projects that we complete in the Language Learning through Leadership and Service class is to create a mock interview. An interview, of course, is something that you do to apply for a job. Often you go in person and you meet your maybe future employers, your future boss. You shake their hand, you sit down, and you have a conversation with that future boss. And that future boss will ask you questions. They will interview you. That's an interview. Now, many times in this globalized world, and now during the pandemic even more, many times we have video interviews. And these take place over Zoom or online, or they might be a recorded interview where you have a list of questions that your employer or future employer sends you, and then you answer those questions. So that is what this mock interview is. I call it a mock interview because you're not really applying for a job, but you're pretending to apply for a job. And that's what the word mock means. You're pretending to apply for a job. Leaders will need the skills that it takes to create these type of interview videos or interview responses. So that's what I'm trying to prepare you to do. So for this project, you will select 4 or 5 questions from the list that I give you, and you will answer those questions. Now the first step, you need to select those 4 or 5 questions. Then you need to write out your response, write out your answer. This is kind of like writing a rough draft. When you're in writing class, you need to write a rough draft. In the same way, before you complete an interview, it's great to think through and have some idea about what you want to say before you say it. So this is a good skill for you to prepare and plan what you want to say. So write out your response to the 4 or 5 questions that you select. Then you will record your video. And you can, if you have a roommate or if you have a family member who you're living with right now, you can have them ask you those 4 or 5 questions, and you can make it almost like a real interview. But if you can't do that, then you can just record by yourself, and you can read out the question and then answer the question. Okay, it's something, like I said, that many of us have had to do in the past, or maybe will have to do in the future when we're applying for jobs. I've had to do this before to apply for a job. I had to send in a video of me saying, "Hello, my name's Matthew Johnston. I would love to apply for this job. Thank you for this opportunity," and so on. So you'll see an example below, and then you'll see a written example of the draft that I wrote as well. So remember, step 1, pick your 4 or 5 questions. Step 2, write down your rough draft. Write down the answers to those questions. You need to prepare. And then step 3, you will record your video. This is a big project. It's an important project. So really spend some time on it and make a great interview response. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week.